porn star's house from the 80s.
That's interesting because I was a porn star in the 80s.
So it must be your place.
He's porn star, rich drug dealer, man.
By the way, Fareed,
Nice
thanks.
house.
It's a really nice house. And this shows you the difference between this construction projects that happen in late 2000s and stuff that was built in the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
Bro, look at this place, man. Solid bones.
Yeah. And even with the Lower Kabete, which is a loud road, you don't really hear it. But interesting enough, I lived in an apartment complex in Lavington called Acacia Court, built by the Mungut family.
Mungut?
Sikh family. And it was a huge 3-bedroom apartment with a massive balcony, but the foundation finishing and even the area around, this is Kileleshwa, by the way, where there's not a lot of green, was very similar to this place. Yeah.
Take your mic closer.
Yeah, Fareed moves around a lot. Yeah, so I think we probably need to get this closer to him.
Okay, like that?
Yeah.
It was very similar to this place. So it's just something about that era where things were made with pride.
Yeah.
And not by the Chinese.
I mean, so I'll give you an example. We were recently renovating the house and we've been looking for a temporary place to move. So there are a lot of projects along Rafter Road that have come up. You know, these apartments that are for 1-bedroom, studio apartments, 1 bedroom for like 8-9 million. And then those ones that stretch to 12-15 million. You first of all walk into the place, bro, and Airbnb, all like in and out every day, noise coming in. You've got a Chinese guy shouting an African mama and some Slovakians then walking
Chinese
in.
guy shouting at an African mama.
Underground parking.
Underground
Like,
parking,
and then,
exactly.
That's
And then
mess.
the elevator's crowded, and then the gyms are so small, and the apartments, they've put these security door locks. That is what you'd find in like a bank, right? Because of people trying to break in. And they've got per floor, I think it's like 12 floors per floor, they've got like 8 apartments. And this thing is jazzed, bro. And I'm like, you know what? Moving from the houses that we had in Nairobi in the 80s and 90s, where it's, you know, very limited crowd, you get your piece. You can literally hear people arguing upstairs. And these are high. These, by the way, building wise, high end, right? I mean, if you're paying 15-16 million for 2-bed, there's some that even go for 20-25. You should expect some sort of privacy.
Chinese don't understand use of space function.
It's not Chinese as well.
Oh, okay.
Because
I
Chinese,
think everyone's gone there. Somalis are building.
Somalis, yeah, but each of those like races, is that the right way to say it? So.
So
you know, in
the
life,
races are like this: black, and then us.
So you know the way you have budget windies and high end windies. So they're different.
Who are the budget windies?
Definitely not for it.
Max Fries.
No. Max Fries is an institutional place in Kenya.
That guy probably lives in London.
I know. This was my dad's client.
Right.
Budget windies.
Rich guy, man.
Budget windies are those guys you find in DP. Hello, sir. You know,
We call them Rockos.
Rockos.
Rockets. Yeah.
Is there a shade attached? Sorry to ask.
They're
of course.
generally darker.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But India is really big on the caste system, right?
Right?
You know, there's a level of Indian workers called the untouchables. And the whole thing behind it is like, there's a really good BBC documentary on it. And the whole thing about it is like, if your grandparents were toilet cleaners and your parents were toilet cleaners, that's all you can ever become.
You can never do anything else.
So there's some genius toilet cleaners in India.
Yeah.
Bro, they're brilliant guys. I mean, there was a book that we talked about last time.
5
about
minutes, the whole lavatory is done.
Fucking beautiful mind on the walls.
Basically,
shit.
those guys have been impoverished and they've been oppressed against their whole life. So what do? They find a darker shade. That's why they come to Africa.
Yeah.
And that's why when you guys say Windis are racist, you're identifying those fuckers.
They're like, I'm going to the promised land. Oh, America? No, Africa.
At least they're more treated like
Yeah,
shit.
they're white. But back this, I remember going to look at houses in it's Kileleshwa still. Then it's put all the way up, and we went to this Chinese constructed apartments. And when you enter the show house, what you notice quickly is how they used it. They didn't conceptualize the use of space well.
Feng shui.
Yeah, the feng shui. I didn't want to say that.
Yeah,
I thought you'd judge me for saying feng shui because you always judge me.
It's above your pay grade, bro. No, I'm joking.
So you find like a random corner there with a bedroom in the corner, like things just didn't add up.
I went to this. I don't know if you've ever seen this. Like, if you're driving down on the bypass road in Kileleshwa, there's that white curvy apartment building with like blue windows.
Yes, I know.
Next to the petrol station.
I once went there as well.
That's the art cafe one, right? Where
No. It's next to where the art cafe is.
opposite the art cafe.
No, on the same line.
Okay, so you're coming straight
If you're
up.
coming from, say,
West-
Gitanga, Othaya Road.
Okay, then it's on your right.
It's on your left.
You guys are always coming from Westlands. What do you mean?
James Kishuru.
I know which one you're talking. It's curved with blue, and literally the B block and the C block, you can literally reach into your neighbors.
But funny enough, I had, and they were like super. Like this was like one of the sort of
COVID.
Before COVID,
okay.
but they were one of the new generation of really fancy apartment buildings. You know, everything kind of had that like gray brick. So I had some friends who were quite wealthy. She's quite high up in Nokia, and I think he's a magician. But it's another story altogether. He's a Finnish magician. They're not together anymore for obvious reasons.
Obviously.
Yeah.
High up in Nokia.
Yeah. And she's like illegal.
I swear.
But he was
Like,
actually.
I'll make us rich.
I fucking not the guy was a magician, and he looked like Ricky Gervais. And when he told me he was a magician, I was like, no, you're kidding, right? But he actually was a magician, and he would
like at parties.
No, not a magician, an inventor. That's how he introduced himself.
My God.
Yeah, but he'd never invented anything.
But can you imagine that, like a mama who's higher up in Nokia, she's dating a magician?
I think only
The guy must have a magic dick.
European.
Yeah,
European?
he was Finnish. Yeah.
Only people who can get away with being an inventor, man.
No,
white
was he an
people.
inventor or magician?
No, he was an
Inventor.
inventor. I got it wrong. But that's even worse because
Okay,
I'm
that's-
like, what have you invented? He's like, well, I tried to invent. I'm like, okay, but to call yourself an inventor, you've got to invent something. But anyway, they moved into this apartment complex, and I went there to visit.
No magicians allowed.
Yeah. I went there to visit, like for dinner, and the plug, the wall plugs were upside down. So here it's. How is it? It's one hole at the bottom and two at the top.
Yeah.
No, for us,
it's the
it's
other
one
way
at the
around.
top and two at the bottom.
Okay, so
right?
one at the top, two at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
On theirs, it was two at the top and one at the bottom. It was so weird. It was like being like an alternate universe, like
Yeah.
trying to plug your phone in and shit. It was so weird. All of them.
So he did that, or it was the apartment
He's an
complex?
inventor. He invented a new plug.
Yeah, he was like, wait, let me just turn it opposite.
But when it
It
comes
was
to
the Chinese, dude. It was the Chinese when they installed them.
Dave Chappelle famously said how, when it comes to like the story of the guy who's an inventor, he said he's like Evel Knievel. He gets paid for the attempt. So whether or not this shit works out,
yeah.
I'm getting my check. Yeah.
But speaking of properties, do any of you invest in property investments in Nairobi right now? Do you think it's worth?
No. The biggest mistake I made was buying an apartment.
Okay,
on a mortgage.
So we'll talk about that. The reason I'm asking is usually within the grapevine at work, what I've noticed is most of my colleagues have segued from residential to industrial, but all industrial and residential, but not in Nairobi, outside in the environs of Nairobi.
Define industrial in this context.
Offices.
Yeah,
Offices,
or
offices, or
go-downs,
go
or-
downs or warehouses.
Whorehouses?
In some instances, we'll speak about whorehouse. I've got a question about that.
Oh, God.
But
Where's this thing going?
so in that way, your returns might take longer, but it's more secure because office space, as people move outside the vicinity of Nairobi, people need offices to work because commuting to Nairobi is becoming a bit of a tall order, right? I mean, if you don't have the expressway. So I've been looking at purchasing or having like an apartment to have to rent out to sort of get returns. But when you look at the pricing, for example, like in an area where you can get Airbnb rentals, right? Like, you know, the GTC place?
Yeah.
Like beautiful, beautiful stuff. But I think those minimum, and we can try and put up pricing over here, Kim. I think it's like 20, 25 million, 35 million for like a 1, 2, 3 bed.
Hey, man, those are going up to like $1.2 million, dude.
So if you're looking, okay, let's just say you buy an apartment for 30 million, and it's maybe a 1 or 2 bedroom. For an Airbnb, you can get maybe 200,000 a month. So 200,000 as a return to cover your 20 million in an economy where the Kenya shilling is decreasing in value as the dollar grows stronger.
You lose money or make
You
nothing.
lose money. So someone told me, it's like, never buy an apartment. If you're buying a family home, something like this, then yeah, make the long-term commitment, get a garden, get that sort of aspect. But I'd love to hear both your perspectives on that.
Don't buy an apartment.
But economically, the way the economy is set up right now, and I'll just use my field of work for example, like your uncle, your brother-in-law, uncle, sorry, is a retired
Magician.
KQ captain. No, KQ captain. I mean, amazing career. I think 35 plus years.
Captain Karaoke.
Decorated guy.
I have blacks in my family.
So like
What?
Captain Karaoke.
amazing. Yeah. Famous guy. He's done a few interviews. Decorated guy. I mean, so his purchasing power when he was my age in his career
It was crazy.
versus now.
Yeah.
Like in terms of what he was able to do with his back then, bro. This guy is in the early 90s, late 80s were like buying plots in Karen
Yeah.
on a normal A4 salary. So like the economy has changed
Yeah, because
dramatically.
if you
bro.
go for a mortgage, and Fareed will tell us more about that, at the current lending rate and whatever you're earning, I mean, I don't
chasing
see.
your tail, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's
just pointless.
It's
Like
pointless.
the bank, if you default, if you don't pay your mortgage back, the monthly installment for like 2 months, the bank starts sending you auctioneer. I mean, it's ridiculous. And
What do you mean? Like after 2 months?
letters saying we're going to auction. And you know what I told them? This was a year and a half ago. I missed 2 months for whatever reason. I said, do it, auction it. I don't give a fuck. I actually don't want the liability. Oh, it'll go in your CRB. I'm like, that's fine. If I buy something next time, it's going to be with cash anyway. So I don't need fucking credit. Like, I'm done with needing credit. Honestly, I told them, and then they start to backtrack. No, we can work something out. I'm like, you want to threaten with fucking auctioneers? Fucking auction the fucking place, because they won't sell it either.
And you see, you're a seasoned guy, even in terms of life and experience. So they profile guys like me and Saj, our age group, and the business model is default. Because they kind of know statistically life is not linear.
Yeah.
So Sajid has had is one of his best months, but in 3-4 years he might have like it may happen that things take a dip. So they're just banking
on
that so they can take the house.
Because that's how they sort of leverage off you, is the interest, and which is maybe another follow-up questions. Would you guys ever have an overdraft facility or a loan to start a business? Would you ever do that?
Hey,
I mean, have I done that? I've taken loans as a business and they kill you. Mortgage, if you tell a Brit or an American that your interest rate is 11 to 12.5%,
it's madness.
they're paying 3% and they're complaining.
I mean, so we had the conversation with Bobby Gardia, the guy for PC World. He was saying at one point it went past 25%. 26%, like close to 30%. But the economy was doing so well. He was making money and paying it off. When an economy like this, where you're stretched out, and let's be honest, getting money is one of the main critical factors why people are complaining. People are struggling to make a livelihood. Banking facilities just seem like pure evil to me, man.
Bro, the moment you interface with the bank, and like, cause I'll tell you guys a story. So you guys all know my backstory. So when I first started making some decent money, of course I had a lot of CRB. And
CRBs?
Credit Bureau.
Credit Reference Bureau. Oh, the CRB.
I was on CRB.
I thought it was a drug.
Not everything's a drug, man.
That's PCP, which I've smoked before, by the way.
Or MD. We'll get to that. That's crazy.
It makes you feel invincible.
So I was on CRB, and bro, let me tell you guys, if right now you're defaulting on measly loans of like Safaricom, Mshwari, or what are those other facilities?
Fuliza.
Bro, that shit doesn't disappear into thin air. So I had CRB and my bill was like 7K. So the first time I went to open a proper bank account, I did the whole CRB thing, and it takes 6 months for them to remove you. So I remember the lady I was dealing with at the bank. So I'm showing her my payslip. My CRB is 6K. So she was not computing. So she kept looking at me like, why are you defaulting like 6,000? And then it's like 6,000 split up into like 4 or 5 loans.
Damn.
So there's a 500 bob in there. There was a 1,000 in there. But moral of this story is, if you think you're defaulting,
You're broke.
if you think you're defaulting and you'll get away with it, bro, CRBs.
No, it's a serious thing. It takes
even 5Gs, bro.
It takes 7 years for it to be cleared off your record, your CRB record.
Yeah.
It's 7 years or 5 years, but there's quite a lengthy period and you do get a notification, by the way, because I got one from a business.
Like Fareed Khimani.
Yeah, no, it was no super productions. This has been removed from your record.
But
you asked him if he has, he asked him if he has, he said karaoke, and he got shocked. So when I was coming to his wonderful estate at the gate, I think the night guard probably doesn't know him personally. So I'm like, I'm going to Fareed's. Fareed Khimani. That's when I threw him off completely. Like, Fareed Khimani.
And there's literally no Khimani living here.
So maybe, by the way,
like Khimani, are you sure?
In this area?
I think it's because of my car he let me in. It's like, this guy doesn't look like he's coming here to rob.
If we live on this financial institution part just a little bit, I think the way the system is structured, and it's for the rich. Okay, look at it this way. If you put 1 million bob in fixed deposit, what are you getting at? 10%?
10%, yeah.
10%? For us, that's nothing. 100,000 bob, again, the Njugu motherfucker who said he can live on 30K, you can't live on it, right?
Which fucking Njugu motherfucker said they can live on 30K?
There's one particular
Come on,
fucker.
be fair,
I
it was
hope he's
35.
unsubscribed
It was
anyway.
35.
35. Oh, fuck him anyway. It's less. The point is, okay, 100,000 bob is nothing. But if you're a billionaire,
Oh man.
if you put 1 billion and you're getting even fucking 8%, what do you care?
Do you know how many
Right?
times?
So what I'm trying to get at is most of these banking institutions and these money-making schemes with very low interest rates are mostly for the movers and shakers of the world. Because if you have $25 million in a fixed deposit and you're even getting 5%, you're fucking chilling. But for us guys, even if you have 10 million shillings, bro, you can't, if you're getting 10%. So what we start doing is we start trying to figure out how to now stretch that money. And the truth is, I think that's where a lot of people fail, is because we're trying to live like we're going to live off some of the decisions that the rich people make. Like if I go into, like, let's look at crypto, for example. Recently, over the past weekend, did you guys see that dip that happened?
With Ethereum.
Motherfuckers, it was
Guys killed themselves.
Guys, people got wiped out. So leverage trading, for example, leverage trading, I think, is just a sin. You might as well just take your money and go to the casino, because you remember in Wolf of Wall Street at the start where he tells him, I don't care whether you're Warren Buffett, Jimmy Buffett, no one can tell you whether the market goes up and down. It's fairy dust, it's fugazi.
It's fugazi.
And people were like, oh, Bitcoin can't be manipulated. One whale basically shorted his position and the market dropped overnight. My portfolio, when I woke up in the morning, I was getting calls.
I haven't checked mine,
but
actually.
I don't leverage trade. It's shit just went in the negative. I buy and hold. So a lot of young guys, even in Kenya, were affected because they leverage trade. They're gambling to get that bigger buck.
But do you think that...
And how long does that? What are how long does the period last where those moments pay off?
Oh, so here's the thing. Now, if you look at Bitcoin, for example, and we can put up there's actually, I'll send you, just keep this, the historical progression from 2011 or before all the way till 2020, all right? At some point, Bitcoin was $1. And then over the years, it became $10. And then it jumped to 50, and then 100, then 200, then 300. Then it went to 5,000. So you see, people at each position are like, nah, it's too late for me to get in, too late for me to get in. If you're looking at someone who bought it at $1, and then you get in at 5,000, you're like, nah, man, let me wait for it to go down. The 5,000 guy, when the guy who bought it at 5,000, someone else buys it at 20,000. Over COVID, it went to 40,000. Even during the dip, it still held above 100,000. So the question is, when do you anticipate for it to go up? From 100,000, if you buy in, does it go to 1 million?
Are there indicators? Like how?
To be honest, at this point, I don't want to comment because we have a social platform, and if I say something, someone will hold it against me. You have to have risk appetite. For me, the money I put in crypto is money that I'm willing to lose.
I appreciate that level of responsibility, because when once Saj actually talked about specific crypto and said some can go 600x, I got calls like, hey, can you tell Sajid to tell me which is this and which is that? So it's actually
Yeah, so I then that was a meme coin, and genuinely, like, the stupidity of it is you put in $10 and it goes to $1,500 in seconds, but then you get rug pulled, right? So everyone that's doing meme coins and this and that, there's a lot of finesse for young guys that you need to realize. This quick wins, man. Take your money to a casino, you have the same equal chance.
Are you telling me Hacktua coin was not legit? Of course, I'm being sarcastic, bro. Hacktua coin.
So,
bro.
I mean, the reason I have a serious face is because a lot of people, prominent people, have been promoting meme coins. Invest with caution. What I'm trying to say is this, and that's what I want to figure out amongst us, right? Fareed's sort of been through it. I think the 7 days of, we talked about 7 days of famine, 7 days.
Years, yeah.
7 years, it's not 7 days would be great.
Yeah.
Every 7 days.
Next week I'm good, man.
What if I look at myself right now, if I have money in the bank, what do I do with it? I'm putting a certain percentage in crypto. I'm putting a certain percentage in a fixed deposit.
What percent is crypto?
Okay, I've done 55%, but
55.
55%, it's
lot,
quite
bro.
a lot, yeah. But you see, the thing is, I'm okay with losing that money, because the way I look at it is, inshallah, God give me strength, and I'm still young to fuck up and repeat.
But 55 is a lot, bro.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, it's a floating. Last week Sunday it was 25% because of the value decrease. But let's say I put it in crypto. I'm banking on a few coins that are stable. I'll hold on to it. We'll put it in a fixed deposit. But what other avenues do young guys need to do to see their money 2x, 3x, 4x? Do we need to start a business? Do we need to leverage on AI?
I think you've got to. I think entrepreneurship is also a gamble anywhere in the world. You know, I mean, I have started. Well, I've been involved in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 businesses in Kenya.
6 businesses.
Yeah, 5 or 6, 5, maybe 5, and only 2 are standing.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you rate the business environment in the last like 20 years? From
It's dipped. It's dipped. I think I
Significantly.
made most of my money business-wise under Kibaki.
What was different? What palpably was like
People had money.
was float?
Companies had money. The economy was better.
That's
People
Kibaki.
were pumping in money.
Yeah, even under Uhuru for the first 5 years, it wasn't bad, and then it just started to. I think now, I don't know. Now I'm starting to see things pick up again. And again, I'm going to get hammered for being pro government. I'm not. I'm just saying most people I speak to now are like it's getting busier. So I think there's some sort of stabilization coming. I'm not saying it's like this, but it's definitely not dropping now.
But to that, what I'll say is, you guys have seen the AI stuff I've sent you over the past few days.
The grok stuff.
The grok stuff.
Put a grok.
So we'll
Put the terrorist one.
We'll put there's a terrorist one we did, which didn't look
There's
very
one
realistic.
where you try to strangle him, and then it looks like I'm pawing at you. Like,
Yeah, so
it's so weird. Dude.
My dad was like my dad is 65, 66. So like I don't know what's real anymore. I'm like,
so-
I understand.
Yeah,
you,
so
man.
this is now
crazy.
This is now a business opportunity for you guys, all right? Look at it this way.
Don't share that one though. Don't share with me today. Don't share that one. That's ours. We'll share that behind the scenes.
The racist one, huh?
No, the one for the fun stuff. Yeah, don't share that one publicly, bro.
Oh, the one where we
Yeah,
okay.
don't
We
share that
can't
on
do that.
public.
Okay, that one came. We'll scrap
But
it. We'll put-
I actually created something on AI today, a video, and I want to share it with you. No, guys, keep talking.
So look at it this way, okay? That AI stuff, literally, you remember the one we did for? That's AI.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's Grok or Gemini?
No, it's Meta AI.
Meta AI.
It's fucking very good, dude.
So if you look at the AI clips
What did
that
you
we did,
type in for the boy?
Kenyan.
Are you sure?
Kenyan with a drone.
Not poor black
Yeah, but
guy.
look at this one.
Can you send me these ones so I can put it up? We'll send it to Kim so he can put it
Yeah,
up on the screen.
isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So what is and I'm asking both of you, and I posed this.
See,
in the
watch I
group.
complete my
You
story.
guys left me on red. What is the 5 year from now version of this then?
That's what I'm getting to. That's
Like,
what I'm
what
getting
the
to.
fuck,
So
man?
look at it this way. We've done this at 3-4 seconds intervals. So can we put up the Ku Klux Klan one?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll put that up over here.
That's the most reflective of our relationship.
And it looks exactly like us. In maybe it took max 30 seconds. Now I wanted something animated for the Coffee Pump logo, so I asked Muaf for contact, right? And he sorted me out. He gave it to me. The guy told me, look, if you want 10 seconds of animation, it comes to about 50-60K.
Yeah.
All right.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. It's like 3,000 per second or something. AI, and we'll put up that coffee pump over here, did it for free. So what I'm trying to get at is, this is what AI looks like right now.
So
Now,
who's going to be out of a job?
So
Us even. What
that,
about
that, that editor guy who's charging me 30K? I basically replaced him. The graphic designer who I wanted 80,000 bob to design the coffee pump logo.
Yeah.
AI did that.
Do you guys realize we're living there's a Fareed has a 25-year imprint. We have now like a 3-4 year imprint of a digital like a footprint that we have even in terms of what we've said. In 5 years, give me a trio with Sajid.
No, but check this out. This is
And
from
they'll do it.
This is from Galaxy FM, which is my Fareed AI on radio. Yeah.
Alex Warren. Hey there, it's Fareed AI on Galaxy FM. Let's kickstart this day and truly live our best life together.
That's not you.
Here's your mic drop moment.
Yeah.
And
So
it's
what
a
happens
good
to
one.
this version?
Not everyone deserves
Right
a
now,
front row seat to your
AI
life.
can
Let's get
compile my 70 episodes. Everything. Just be like, okay, give me a podcast. Ruto, Sajid, Eric, and Fareed.
and it will happen.
In 10 seconds.
Now,
Do you
here-
think if Ruto comes on our podcast, people are going to think it's AI?
yeah. Well, in a few years.
Sorry, His Excellency. Sorry.
Excellency.
Like Ruto, like Kuso.
Yeah, but living on AI a bit, imagine, so we've always known that the technology behind the scenes is 15, 20 years ahead, right? What military has compared to what we have at the forefront of the guys with glasses over their head, us, the civilization, is always 20 years behind. Like Bluetooth technology was
say
released much.
50.
Even 50. Imagine what the government or these large conglomerates who control the world have in terms
I have
of
an
AI
idea.
right now.
I think I probably know. They're probably making decisions like they probably simulate for me the best case scenario post Gen Z. Here's the facts. What are the outcomes? How do we change?
And it can predict, right?
I'm sure.
I mean, you could put that information into Chat GPT. It'll give you a strategy, dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not fucking complicated.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say is the younger guys, the guys who watch this, because our demographic is mostly male within the 20 to 30 year domain. Guys need to double down on AI, man.
I had a female friend say that she likes our reels, but she can't watch 3 dudes talking for 2 hours.
Fair enough. That's why it's maybe 5% of our demographic. But we don't fucking need her.
Yeah.
Tell her to unsubscribe.
I keep getting requests for why don't host more women. I'm like, yeah, eat a dick. I'm not gonna host someone on the strength of their gender. If
And
they're-
also, to talk about what?
Yeah.
Is it a cooking show?
By the way, one of the things, sorry to segue, because Fareed brought up the president. We've been accused of taking money, yeah? What does that look like?
I feel like you guys are not sharing the money. Cause
Clearly, Fareed is getting paid more than us.
yeah, by then
And he joined the podcast later. So clearly,
this guy leveraged us. By episode 1, he's like, hey, by the way, we've been doing a podcast.
but do you think it's, let's
I
say,
have so many sponsors logos that are going to appear in the
Ministry of Defense, this, that, on over there.
But I keep saying there's a model around that. It's just about knowing the right people
Yeah.
and just having the conversation.
But hats off to you, though. Sorry to cut you
Why?
off. For you chased me for so long to be on your podcast, and I kept fucking.
Goose stepping me, man.
Yeah.
How long was that? Like, I
Yeah,
remember.
like a couple of years.
And then I'm sitting in fucking Okunda Airport, and this guy gets off the plane, and
And
we
he sees
just,
you.
We just made you saw them. How did you know I was there?
I'd gone to use the bathroom and then I saw you the corner of my eye. And remember I told you the last text I sent you was like, man, I'm over it, fuck you.
Yeah,
Maybe minus the fuck you. I think I was still respectful.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not Sajid.
yeah.
And
When you're saying I'm disrespectful.
You
Okay,
can be.
online, yeah.
Dude, didn't you report someone for terrorism on Instagram?
Like, I'll pick a fight with any motherfucker.
so yeah, then we just hashed it up and the rest is history. Here we are, man.
Here we are doing a trio episode in our third studio for this.
Yeah.
But hear me out, right?
Fuck, we can make this a trio place.
We can.
Yeah, this is really
Next
nice.
time we'll get coke and hookers.
But hear me out,
beers.
all right? So for the presidency
Yes.
and siding by one particular candidate, don't you think for us, our strength is in staying objective, right? Even if we have a number, right? Because what happens is the political climate, if anything, it should tell you, and we'll talk about Baba kicking the bucket, but what if someone else now steps up and is in a position of power and you'd be like, those 3 motherfuckers were always talking pro-Ruto stuff.
But I don't think we've ever done that. I think.
No, but what if we do? Because maybe that conversation is getting closer than we think.
But I think it's a mistake anyway.
No, we need to stop telling our audience now.
Yeah, so that check we received.
No, but on a serious note, there's an objective way to do it. You can walk a fine line of it's like a 70%. You're 70%. Yeah, without necessarily being overt about
But why not just spit the facts? For example, and I'll say this now, something I realized. So I was at the Kisima Festival on the weekend. I was doing a talk on addiction, and the Kisima guys got me a train ticket to go to Mombasa. And because I was working on Friday, I took the 10 p.m. I opted for the 10 p.m. train.
The overnight one.
And then they were like, oh, we got you first class. I thought it was those fucking Emirates style seats.
Yeah.
First class is the one below premium. I didn't know that. So it's garbage. I'm going to say this now. That train, we have been, as a country, we have been.
robbed.
Wait a minute. So on when we spoke recently, I thought you were like giving them like
No.
you're like fuck this train. I didn't know.
Fuck this train.
Yeah.
I booked my flight back on Jumbo Jet on the train and,
so
and
wait.
paid for it myself.
So in SGR, how many levels are there? There's
Premium,
Blacks.
blacks,
Yeah.
blacks,
blacks, South Indians.
dark Indians, and then white people and us.
Okay, so there's above first class. There's a premium.
Now, when they told me I had, she's like, "We booked you first class. It's really nice." I was like, "Yeah, that I've seen that in online.
Yeah.
it's like the seats are like Emirates or like a business class on a flight." I was like, "Cool, I can do some work on my laptop."
That was actually premium.
That's premium, which is 12.5, which is cheaper than a one-way on Jumbo Jet, right? So I got in that.
Is it cheaper?
Oh,
Yeah, Jumbo Jet is fucking expensive.
No,
these days,
Jumbo
bro.
Jet. No, let me tell you about my return. So I get on the train. I'm sitting fucking next to this woman. She fucking stank, dude. I'm sorry. Fucking, I don't know what she smelled. I've never smelled anything like that before. I'm like, is that shit? Is that sweat?
Oh my
like, what is it, right? And it's
Look at Fareed. He's like, look at this poverty smell of it.
I've never smelled in my 50 years.
listen. I mean, let's smell how good my house
Air
smells.
conditioned car to get out of the house.
I get my driver to run it in the morning for 20 minutes. No, so anyway, so I don't have a driver, but anyway, so I'm on the train and I didn't open my laptop, nothing. I ate something, and then I fucking tried to sleep. I couldn't sleep. It's so uncomfortable. It's 6 hours. You get there at 4 a.m. or some shit. Luckily, I have a friend who lives in Kilifi who sent her car and driver to pick me up from Mombasa, which is great. And I was staying at a really nice place that I sorted out myself because they wanted to put me in a tent, and I was like, "Yeah, listen, mate,
Right in town.
yeah, no, this is not even fuck that Kilifi dude doesn't even have anything on that level. You know, it's either super high end or shit." But because I've got 2 points of the story, we're talking about this Mzungu of 35K, which I'm going to get to in a minute. So anyway, I on the train ride, I'm like, "Fuck this!" So I go online. I was supposed to come back Sunday morning on the train, so I looked for a jumbo jet flight. It was all booked the whole of Sunday, and I had to be at work at my new job on Monday morning. So the only flight available was a return on Saturday 7:45 on jumbo jet from Mombasa for 6.5, dude. 6.5.
6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
So I fucking booked it. I said to the lady, "Don't book my return. Just send me the 4.5 to pay 2K for the flight, basically." So did my talk, went to hang out with my friend in Kilifi, came back on jumbo jet. Dude, it's so pleasant. You know what I mean? Took off at 7:45. I was home by 9:10.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
So
just...
we work hard. Thank you.
No, jumbo jet's a great airline, dude.
You've been doing some graveyard shifts. So how does that work? Do you guys like pull strings and see who gets the
No,
shortest
so
one?
not necessarily. It's randomized. But what happens is like, so this past week we had a bit of one aircraft was pulled out of service, so it throws things out of whack. So if you find yourself,
Sorry, I have a surprise for you before you continue. I just forgot about this. Kim, could you please get me that poster?
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry to cut you short.
should I continue the story as I?
Fuck your story. Look at the painting first.
C'est bon, c'est magnifique.
Let me see.
So
You can see
Oh, that's cool.
and you can see the jumbo jet.
So we'll put that up over here. Because the last one, my fiance had Eric holding a whiskey glass. So every time he sees it, he was tempted. He's like, "Wait, bana." So when he said that,
Be better if he was holding a whiskey glass while flying the plane.
now we need one for you doing lines.
Push-ups. Hey, what do you call
Every
it?
time he does a push-up, he snorts a line.
What do you call a black pilot?
So I hope.
What do you call a black pilot?
What do you call a black pilot?
What do you call a black pilot?
What do you call a black
Fucking
pilot?
pilot, you fucking racist.
A pilot, you fucking racist.
He said the joke, and he's making me look bad.
let me show that camera.
Yeah,
right
there you go. There you go.
Thank you so much. And come on, say who it's by, man. Put Tamara's in.
No. She doesn't want. She wants to
I
remain
asked her.
undercover.
I asked her.
By the way, you have to pay her for this. Eh?
I'm paying her for this.
She's commissioned this. She does.
Look at this, guys, and you can see like the jumbo jet thing in the back there. Like she got that so accurate.
So she
you know?
did one for me for John Mayer, which we'll also put up. Like she's an incredibly talented
What,
artist.
she did one for you as John Mayer?
No, for John Mayer.
No, at this rate, that's possible.
In fact, maybe I can show you guys.
Body is wonderland.
Do you guys like?
and I think Tamara should commission one for Fareed. Think of something creative.
Look at that.
That's cool. Are you a John Mayer fan?
Yeah, big John Mayer fan.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
That's so
He-
gay.
Men are friends. Men are fans
Bro.
of John Mayer.
You
Yo, that's
guys
so
can
cool.
say whatever you want about John Mayer.
Can I-
He's
can-
the greatest guitarist that ever exists.
Oh please.
Can I?
Past,
Have you heard
present.
of Jimi Hendrix?
Can I
Fuck Jimi
commission?
Hendrix, man.
Can I
Okay,
commission
Jimi Hendrix.
one for that features us three?
Yes.
With her talent, I'm sure she can do something crazy for the trio.
Yeah, that's
Then
fine.
I'll hang it in my studio.
And we'll give her artist. You know, most of the stuff she's done. And again, I'll send you stuff. We'll put up over here. You have to realize. Me, I tell my fiancés, you only party 6 packs.
this guy in every
I'm
depiction.
finessing.
Every depiction, Sajid is smaller than Fareed, apparently. Like his thinner is more
It's a
buff.
joke.
Wait,
Yeah. It's a joke.
The camera's wasting about.
There's
it.
one-
Yeah.
There's
I'm
one.
cool with the wide shot, Kim.
You were talking about the graveyard shift and how no
Oh
one
yeah,
likes
so
you
what
at
happened
work.
was one plane was put out of service and everything was thrown out of work. So I started with they rostered me for one evening flight. So that ends up spilling over. Reason is we have duty time specification. So I need a minimum rest of 12 hours. So after coming back at 2 a.m., after 12 hours, for them to still use me productively,
Jesus.
they'll put me for the next graveyard shift.
Which is the following day.
The
then.
following day, I did another, came back at 2 a.m.
But 3 back-to-backs is what
3
you
back
did.
to back. Then
That's
today, one
insane.
off. And then tomorrow, I have a 6-sector. I think I 6-sector, man. That shit needs to go, man.
You guys, maybe that's why pilots are so crazy, is because you guys get overworked and overpaid.
You think we're overpaid?
I think you're over.
right,
No, maybe you're not over.
But I think pilot, we talked about this before you got here, pilots and radio is the same. The schedule is quite
Yes,
grueling.
yes.
And the early mornings and stuff.
So how do you acclimate? Because let's say you have a job, right? You're doing the graveyard shift. You're getting paid handsomely well, and that stretches, and you've done it for 4 or 5 years. It's part of your routine. How do you acclimate to a 9 to 5, man? It's not like this. It's hard.
It took me a long time to get used to not having that rigorous schedule of getting up in the morning. And now I have basically a job where I have to be in the office in the morning and I stay there the whole day, albeit a very interesting job and super sort of fun. Oh, well, fun is probably the wrong word, but extremely interesting to learn something new. I'm not going to say what the job is because that's just going to get a whole lot of shade thrown at us.
Yeah.
But having said that, the first week was just like, do I have to sit in this chair like the whole fucking day?
But be honest, right now, having done radio for that long, and now you have a more regularized kind of schedule,
Which one do you prefer?
I would never switch back to 9 to 5, bro. Irrespective of how much I
don't-
complain.
The thing is, I don't miss radio at all. I did it for the same way Captain flew planes for 35 years. My uncle, the black one, the same way he flew planes for 35 years. I did radio for 25 years, dude. It was time. People have asked me to go back to radio all the time. And someone said to me the other day, weirdly, the same lady who said that this is what a podcast should be. She used to work for Coca-Cola. My friend Monali. I think I told you guys about this
The
lady.
one who can't listen to 3 men talking.
Different lady.
Okay, so she can subscribe.
Yeah. But she said she could see that I'm enjoying this more than the last 3 years on radio.
Where's
But
my hat?
free format.
Yeah.
Free format.
No, but it's not even that. It's different. It's different. We're having a conversation. Sometimes we talk about super serious shit, like fucking fixed deposits and fucking
Black people.
and black people, and other times we talk
India.
about circumcision and how the dog might get pregnant if he sits on the fucking cameraman's lap.
So when does passion turn into a job? Because from your perspective and your perspective as well, and what we're doing here is, when it starts out, it's fun, right? It's rosy. I love doing this, and then it becomes routine. And once it becomes routine, is it monogamy or monogamous? Which is the one which is boring? Monotonous.
Monotonous.
Sorry.
Monotonous.
All of them.
So when does this then start becoming like a job?
So can I when
Like for flying, speak from flying
when
perspective.
it comes to flying, it's a very unique dynamic because, first of all, before I let me just talk about the 8 to 5 thing. So my wife does 8 to 5. I see her mood on Sunday evening. I see her mood on Friday evening. And then having such a routine off Saturday, Sunday, fuck that. I'd never trade what I'm doing for that again. I like the one day I'm just off on a Thursday solo. I like that craziness around it.
Would you sort of let's say if you're working in a job like mine where it's not 9 to 5 sales meetings, you get to travel, you get to do this, would you see yourself succeeding in this?
Yeah, I think that I could do. I think I'd probably kill also because it's sales and I'm good at convincing people. I think I'd go above and beyond to score. And then now the reward is like direct, where I can tell this end of month paycheck slap. That's the same thing I've been feeling with the podcast. Like my F14, I'm seeing the reward. But now when it comes to your question was about passion versus it
Profit.
becoming a job. So flying is very unique in this regard. So I'll fly till I'm tired. Then if I have 3 off days of flying, I'm missing my thing.
You're missing it.
And this is not just for me because I'm an addict, across the board for pilots. Now, guys who don't do shit with their off days, let's say they just chill at home, by day 3, they say they feel lost.
They need to do something.
Because you need that adrenaline. It's adrenaline.
But that's interesting because I used to feel like that in the early days of radio. Like I would often
the high?
Yeah, like I loved it, and I'm
There's a high,
I'm not comparing radio to flying in any way because I think they're completely different. Obviously
Airways,
different.
bro. Airways, man.
But airways. But also,
both
I used to get butterflies when I talked for the first time for years. Capital. The format's always been the news, and then we speak first during the weather. After the news,
Capital weather.
Yeah. Then you hear like, okay, Nairobi, blah blah blah, and
So I was
Mombasa.
a fan, super fan, bro.
Something that irritates me now is presenters say, someone started the thing about highs, like the Nairobi highs of 25. You can't, it's a high of 25. So radio presenters, can you stop saying highs and lows? It's one high and one low.
Yeah.
Everything else is plural, right? But I used to get butterflies. And Phil Matthews told me, when that goes, you're done. And about 4 years ago, 4 years ago, I didn't notice it for so long, and then one morning I put the weather on. I put the mic up to do the weather, and I was like, "Huh."
It doesn't feel exciting.
I'm like, "Okay, maybe it's temporary," and it just went on and on and on and on. I was like, "Right, that's it," because it was my passion.
Yeah.
Directing Kenny G with that kind of pressure of 8 cameras and every shot has to be perfect for the screens for people to watch. That gave me adrenaline.
So is that the addict in us? Because for me, the adrenaline part is what, although, like I said, my colleagues, it's that there's weather we need to navigate. We were hit by turbulence. Coming into Diani, it's a short, narrow runway. It's always like, I miss that. You need that kind of,
Have you ever felt like you were going to lose control of the plane?
like completely like, we're fucked.
Like when you're landing or something, like you're talking about short, narrow runway like Diani, because I know all runways are different.
Like, okay, Diani is a Cat C airport, so Cat C is category C, like only the captain can land in Diani because it's very narrow. We have a supplement for it. It's short and narrow, so like it's very. So our version of that for first officers is Malindi, because Malindi is the same as Diani lengthwise, but it's slightly wider. And Malindi by night, bro, it's really tight. There's no room for error. So like on short finals, if you start seeing things, you can't let things go out of whack at all. So like there are moments you feel you'll be tossed like this, but you still have to get it right.
We've both seen him in the cockpit, and to be honest, like the initial.
You've both seen his cock as well.
You tasted it.
To be honest, I was more impressed with the cock, than the cockpit. It's like the thing could strangle you.
Yeah, the cockpit's quite small. Yeah.
So, you know that initial boost that you feel before taking off?
Yeah.
When you sit at the front, bro, forget any car. That kick that goes, and especially as a gearhead, man.
That inertia is nice.
That inertia, you're like, what the?
I knew
So
like that.
where do you get adrenaline from? Because that's obviously landing and taking off is for you guys. Once the plane's in the air, it flies itself, essentially, right?
Yeah.
My uncle used to say that. It's like really, truly, he's like, we are hired to take off and land planes. That's what he's telling me.
And for the non-normal.
So
Takeoff, landings, and then non-normal. Like the day things go out of work, you get a hydraulic failure, electrical failure.
Yeah, okay, so you need the human intervention to fix those things and to sort of what gives you is it the second someone says that's great, I'm going to buy?
So that's actually a very good point, and thanks for bringing that up. I remember my first sale, like it was so vivid. I chased this guy for like 3 years, man. And he finally 3 years, bro. He finally came into the office, he closed the contract. My boss, Ranjit at the time, gave me a hug, pulled me in front of the whole company and said, he's made the first sale of the company. That was such a great feeling.
Yeah.
Granted, the customer canceled the contract a month later.
What was that feeling like?
that was very shit, right? But you see, and then I started chasing more of the sales. And then it started getting larger and more complicated. Like recently, we signed with a very big global player for a very strategic play in Mombasa. This will drastically change the connectivity landscape here. And it's that contract. And we've been chasing it off from Ranjit's work, handed over to me. And
that explains that paycheck you showed me, yeah?
So that, to be honest, was such a big move, but I was numb to it.
So do you
Wait. You were numb to that?
I was numb to it. I was like, I don't get the same excitement.
And since we're jacking each other off, I've seen this guy in action. When he invited us for some Icolo dinner function. But these guys, their dinner functions are also like schmoozing and sales.
Handshakes.
So this guy, in between hosting us and whoever he had invited, was also trying to sell, and he closed like 4 deals. And I saw him in action, so I was also quite impressed.
So, you see,
I'd love to see that. That's amazing.
You're sober. How are you not doing it? It's an open bar.
I'll invite you to one of these corporate events, and you get to look at it. Now, the high that I get right now, can I be honest with you? That I felt that, wow, this is something I enjoy, is doing MMA with Umer. Like, it's an adrenaline-filled stuff before I get into it, and after it, I feel so like I've accomplished something, that physical manual labor. And it takes me back to the days in Wales where I was working at a peacock factory in fucking minus degrees.
Oh, what
And,
factory?
like peacocks, the clothing line.
Oh, okay.
This is peacock like okay.
Yeah,
I thought
no,
peacock like
no, like peacocking. But you see,
when they're rearing
bro,
peacock for sale.
bro,
Yeah, I was thinking of the birds. Yeah,
bro, like the manual labor, there's no sweeter sleep post that.
yeah, I agree.
And again, we're speaking from a privileged position, and maybe it's another question I want to ask you guys. A lot of the viewers don't have a choice for the job they land. And they're sort of stuck in a routine and they're stuck in a place that they can't move. And their personality is not fit for that. So, for example, three of us, our personalities are very outward focused. We get energy exchanged from putting out something and people saying, I love that. So that's a very
Instant gratification.
instant gratification. And sales is somewhat like a build up to that. Piloting, you're taking off, you're landing. There's that high that comes with it. Radio presenting as well. It's something about personas. Now, people out there, what would you say for them? I mean, guys are stuck, man. Guys are stuck in dead-end jobs. They have nothing to do. They have no exit. We have the privilege of sitting in such a lovely place and talking and saying, if I genuinely wanted to quit my job today, I'd say I'd be comfortable. Right? How many people, and we have a large Kenyan audience, we have a huge following of men that are stuck, man. What do we advise them?
I think the worst advice you can give someone is this new age Western philosophy of, hey, just quit and
Quit
start
your job,
something new.
man.
It's such a load of shit, if you're trying to feed a family, or fuck that, feed yourself and not sleep in the fucking outside and be able to fucking get up and have a shower in the morning. And I think that advice is very dangerous. And the narrative that's on social media about, if you don't start now, when will you start? It's this, you've got to be very careful and take it with a grain of salt, because people get sucked into that. Oh, I'm going to quit my job. Yeah, which is just the stupidest thing you can do.
That's actually such a good point. Now, case in point, recently I posted, we wanted to hire videographers, right? And it shows me how important employment is, even if it's shit, at some sort of structured corporate job. So I get an application from a guy, no subject, no email body, just videos. And then I get another email from a guy, subject, applying for this position. This is what I've done. These are my credentials. Now, you see, the guy who sent me the first email, his work was incredibly talented. He's done some top-notch shit, but I would never fucking hire that guy, because it's these
Typical creative.
It's the email, the format, the understanding. It's the Bamba 50 versus postpaid personality.
We need to explain what that is in a moment. Yeah.
Right. So it's that, and I think employment, as much as it sucks working for a bank, gives you that. How to write an email, how to communicate, how to engage. Like with Kim and I, we're working, right? But this is stuff that I feel, because he's an entrepreneur, he's doing it on his own. He doesn't have that structure that I will start
read and write.
Bro, my boss used to fucking look at my boss made me apologize to a client when I misspelled his name. Like that level of...
Okay, but it shouldn't be spelled a client's name, bro.
It was some complicated West African name, Oleduma something, whatever. It's like
Nigerian guy.
Fucking Nigerian. All that's calling shit for. But you see, the thing is, like, my presentations, he would analyze them. He would shit. Like, I remember the first time he told me to do a presentation, bro, I took to him a Word document, like words. He's like, what the fuck is this, man? Literally, those are his exact words. He's like, what the fuck is, like, are you retarded? He's like, you're an MBA grad and this is what you're bringing to me. He's like, when you walk into a client's meeting, you have their attention for 5 minutes and then they're gone. Give me all this 20, 30 pages in 5 minutes. So then I went and created a presentation. But you see, you would never learn that.
Yeah, who teaches that?
If you don't work at a corporate job, right? If you don't work at a certain job. And again, not all jobs are the same. Some employers... Is that your cat?
That's my cat,
I get distracted. What's her name?
Cat dog.
For real?
Fareed is so white.
White cat dog.
She acts like a dog.
You know, I mean, an African name like Juma or something. That would be... But you see, the thing is, that's what I'm saying is, for guys that are in corporate jobs, in banks, in tech, in this, sometimes it pays just to slave it out. So you learn all these things that can't be taught outside in the real world, that you will not get from entrepreneurship. So maybe put it out and then go and, again, personality-based jobs, right? If you're an outward person, maybe work in sales. If you're an introverted person,
work in radio.
Yeah, and introverted
it's
radio.
just you and a mic.
We discussed this with Fareed.
It's the perfect buffer for people to think you're an extrovert when you're actually an introvert. Is radio.
Can you explain the Bamba 50? The Bamba 50.
Didn't we discuss this with you last week, and we shared common ground, and I was opening up to Fareed about how, because of how I present on a platform like this, people think I'm a extrovert,
Yeah.
and trust me, I'm actually not. When I
me-
tell
me
people
neither.
I'm not, they don't believe me.
Same.
You're an introverted extrovert. That was that.
Yeah, an ambivert sort.
Bisexual. I think it's gay.
So like when we have class, I think you know about the classes I do periodically with work, and we always try and incorporate presentation. And everyone always looks to me, because you're the podcaster. And I'm like, you guys don't want to present.
But going on to that point, when I have to MC something, dude, I can't sleep the night before.
You get nervous?
I'm a really good MC. Like, I do like serious gigs.
Yeah.
The night before and the whole day, I'm in the worst mood.
Is it the nerves?
I'm an introvert, dude.
Yeah. When I did the thing for Jumbo Jets,
Yeah.
bro, I was there 3 hours early, just in the car,
Yeah.
I created my own cards. Bro, when I watched it back, I did a stellar job.
Yeah.
But no one there would believe me if I told them.
Was it on YouTube?
I think you can find it on YouTube.
Can you share that?
I'll share it with
Share it with me so then we can post it here for
Pornhub.
guys.
No, don't put it on. I don't want to mix those worlds
Okay,
at all.
sure. No
It's on
worries.
Pornhub.
So
maybe
bro,
can-
XNXX, man. It's
So, someone asked me the day if I was if I'm on TikTok, and I said, "You'll see me on Pornhub before you see me on TikTok," which has happened. So
what was my
For real?
I lost my train of thought.
we can put that video up.
what you mean? Have you actually featured on
It's a long story.
Oh,
I don't
no,
talk
so
about
sorry
it.
about
anonymously though?
ambiverts.
Not
Yeah.
like Fareed Khimani bangs up.
No, you can't see who I am because I have a ball gag. in my-
So in terms of personalities, I think all of us are a bit of a mix.
What are you? I would say Sajid is a
Extrovert for
No,
sure.
no, no.
no. I would say he's actually an introvert.
So I have moments where
That's why your battery runs out sometimes. Because sales, again, I'm psychoanalyzing the guy.
There.
Because in sales,
Okay.
can I hold your wiener?
Always. Again.
because in sales, the kind of job you do, of course, because it's such high reward also.
Yeah.
You push yourself, sale.
Yeah.
And then at times you just don't want to even.
So there are times where basically, like, I'll give you an example. So this past weekend we were moving because we're renovating, and I took a few days off to do that. So there's a day I just said, you know what? I've not gamed in a while. Let me just game, bro. I put on Gears of War Remastered on PS5, 8 hours, and I was like, I can still go on. No phone calls, no nothing. You tried calling me that day. Like, whenever you try and call me, I don't pick up purposely.
Bro, we're bonding with your fiance about how you're not picking up calls, bro.
Yeah, anyway. But you see, the thing is, I think sometimes you need to find that moment where you can just get yourself away from the world, because we're in such a position where we're constantly giving off energy.
Yeah.
man.
And also just think about the types of jobs you guys have, right? So for example, a lot of people go to the office and sit at a desk, don't talk to anyone the whole day, go home. Maybe they're super extroverted at night. They go out, they drink with their friends, whatever. I interact with people the whole
All
day.
day,
You
yeah.
interact with people the whole day. You interact with people the whole day, whether it's one person or whether it's the second you get to work, you're interacting with people, right? It takes a toll on the human being if you are either an introvert or an introvert extrovert, whatever you want to say, or gay, bisexual, whatever it is, LGBTQI,
But you
extrovert.
know, this helps because, in essence, this is our support group. This is like our therapy session where we get to how many Kim, who do you bitch and moan to?
his boyfriend.
I think my wife sometimes I give her a hard time because she loves me and I love her so much. So I'll enter the house and my house is where I get, like I'm tired. I don't want to talk right
It's your
now.
safe space.
I'm like, give me 25, 30 minutes to just decompress. And of course, she'll always take it. But how come you have time for Sajid and Fareed? You have time for your podcast. You have time for everything.
I think she's right.
No. So maybe a question. So because actually, right now my fiance sort of lets up when I need my space in this. But the other day I was driving home and I was like, I just dropped her and I was like, I can go home and game. But I'm like, next year, there's no dropping her home. So does it get like, do you like,
bro,
like what's that arrangement you have
Seriously,
when
what's
you're
it
saying?
like being with one person?
but it comes from such a pure place. It comes from such a pure place. Like sometimes I actually have to now just I'll give her myself in that moment, because sometimes she just wants to see are you gonna give yourself to me sacrificially?
It
I know.
just
Yeah.
sounds sexual when you say that, dude, which I don't want to picture. To be honest.
But you guys know I'm planning. I'm going on a trip next month.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm planning to let loose. Like I'm trying to let loose, like all the way loose, loose, like they don't know, they ain't ready for me, kind of loose. Like Cape Town ain't ready for me, man.
What do you think of that, Fareed?
I'm gonna get crazy. I'm going crazy.
When you say crazy, how crazy are we talking?
Crazier than I've been in like 5 years.
So is that going to involve booze?
Your Honor.
I'll plead the fifth. Okay, maybe that's a good topic, right? I do want to get to the Q&As, but how is it a possibility for? I'm sorry. Do you need her?
She's found a new friend and she
Yeah.
doesn't want to leave. You can come in. It's fine. You'll just be on camera.
This is never. Hey, there we go, baby. No, she doesn't eat. Tony,
Why doesn't she want it?
maybe because it's not halal. That's it.
Kosher. She's Jewish, dude. Look at her fucking nose.
Oh, well, Kowski.
I love how quick-witted it is. So here's a. Is there an
Don't
end?
ask it in that way. That's cliche.
No.
I know what you're gonna
What
ask.
I mean is there an end to sobriety? Like, can you just live a normal life? Let's say.
That's a really good question, though, Eric. If you think about it, what Sajid's asking you is,
And can I maybe give more context before you?
Yeah.
Because for me, and we were having this conversation. If I want to let loose, I let loose. So when someone tells me that when something's been restricted me from 8 years, like if I can't eat bacon, yeah.
Bro, I know you eat bacon, bro. Come on, nah.
Allegedly, halal bacon from Art Cafe. But if you have something, you're told something that's a huge part of our society, part of social interactions, part of growing up. It's culturally, it's tied to sports, it's tied to moments of joy, moments of sadness. It's so ingratiated in every single part of your life, and you're told you can't do it.
So,
How does it ever end to a place where, okay, I've been 8 years sober. I know I can do 8 years. There's nothing wrong with me integrating back into life.
so they call that in addiction circles, they call that the big lie, because apparently it never works out, right? But like I've simplified it to, and it's only something I can argue for after the fact when it works out, because before the fact, I have no standing, especially with someone like my close friend come therapist. There's no, he'll be like, okay, tick. But in some way, he gave me a lot of grace around the idea around it. But I circumstantially looked at even my history, even with like rehab. There's so much more to that story than just what is assumed to be. Yeah. And I've explored that, and I'm willing to take the gamble.
I think, look, every single addict
That's
has
gonna
to
be
come to
flagged.
the journey on the door of their own destiny on their own.
Okay.
And, I could, as a counselor, and by and large, Eric's counselor at times, easily say, if you drink, you'll die, which is a sort of AA rhetoric, right? Which is fine and to help some people. But also, people have to try to he's got to make a mistake. If it is a mistake, he's got to make this mistake himself. Is it a good idea? Probably not. If in my experience and from what I've seen, it doesn't end well. But changing his mind, and you'll ask him, I've not once tried to change his mind. Every time he's told me about this Cape Town story, which is 5 or 6 times now, my only response has been, do you think that's a good idea? Hoping that at some point he'll say, maybe you're right, which he hasn't yet. And so therefore, my point is that he has to learn this on his own. I tried to do exactly this for 4 years.
You did?
Yes. For the first 4 years of my recovery, I tried to do exactly what he's doing.
And what did that look like?
It ended in tears and failure, and it ended terribly each and every time.
But sorry to she's shaking quite a lot. Is that normal?
No, the Dachshunds are like that.
You think about me in Cape Town. It's like, fuck.
So there's, it's.
And
Such,
I know some of my loved ones will watch this and be like,
No, it's good to have this conversation, because even for me, it's such a foreign concept when you guys say you're addicted to something, because I've never been that personality. So it's completely strange that someone would say, at the back of my mind, there's always this thing like it is for you two. Like, what? And the way I look at it is if someone told me you could never play a video game.
So you're addicted to video games.
Bro, fuck that shit. Like,
Imagine.
Are you addicted to video games?
bro, I am.
So then you are addicted to
Imagine if
something.
imagine Sajid, imagine,
Yeah, we all are.
imagine
We're men.
right now. Let's say you're not going to Cape Town for your conference. You're going on holiday.
By the way, we're going together,
Yeah.
Cape Town. So if any subscribers
I'm
are
going
there,
with my wife. He's going for a conference.
It's your honeymoon.
so you're not going to spend a few days to meet me?
Of course we are.
Yeah, you ditch the wife then.
But imagine if you are not going for your conference, you're going for holiday. And I'm like, bro, no, Xbox. Carry on Xbox. How would that feel?
It's okay because I'm traveling for holiday. I'm not that addicted. No, but it's like
hard. It's hard on
like
holiday.
let's say coffee. Let's use coffee as a good. I have 4 to 6 cups of coffee every day. If someone were to tell me you can't have that because you act a certain way, I'd be like, fuck that shit.
Like,
You'll be itching for it, right? But the thing is, and I think what we need to establish is whatever decisions you make, we're your friends here. We're here to support you. We're here to walk this journey together.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And because we can't predict the future. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes. And even absolutes for that matter. We're not sure where this goes. It's not black and white.
it is kind of black and white though, in terms of the dynamic
Open
on the
the door of
podcast.
that.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
but
she's done it.
what I'm trying to tell you is
She's fine. She's done it.
I may have been harsh at you, and I apologize for that because I didn't understand the full context, but we need to work this journey together. We need to see, because this is life. Life has so many different ways it can go, right? And if someone falls, if I fuck up, I hope you guys are there to save me. If Fareed fucks up, we're there to do it. If you fuck up, we'll have to ask the Mwindi community if you're allowed.
They're going to say, no, he's black.
I'm Fareed has reached the capacity. 2 black guys in his house the same night.
The next time someone can come is 2029.
So
We've bust the quota.
Sorry, I had one.
Yeah,
there was
sure.
something I want to tell you. There's a guy you mentioned who says some Mzungu guy can live on 35,000 shillings a month or
no,
something.
it's not Muzungu guy. Not the magician. The inventor. This is, we call him Njugu motherfucker.
Ah.
Because first he was like, you can't eat Njugus on the show. And then he came back and like, 30,000 bob is enough. Some people are comfortable. So as we're like, fuck off then.
Yeah.
Why haven't you hung up your Jugu motherfucking guy?
The poster.
Yeah.
See, once the house gets, the thing is, I want to build a purpose, like a studio that looks like this, where we can just come and hang out.
Okay.
Right?
Well,
But
for now we can shoot here. That's
so,
fine.
so once all those goes up, all T's arts that she's done for us, I'll put them up. Like, in fact, we need one for the trio, so something like that. But it's a place where it's like this, right? The studio is very relaxed like this. There's a pool table. There's a gaming side.
Porn on the TV.
Wait,
Yeah.
you're doing this at your new house?
No. So the problem is at the house is because wine
So
is.
you're like kicking guys out, like for
You guys, some of the people we want to invite home that are interesting people, but they're not. You can't bring those guys to your home. You know what I mean? So we want to keep it completely separate. I don't want people to know where I live.
He kind of. I've had some dangerous guys in my house.
That's
I've
why
had-
you have fucking spirits walking and throwing shit in your house.
I've
bro.
had some guys who took utmost humility for them to come, and of course, when they came, I mean, the guy didn't act like, "Oh my god, you shoot in a bedroom, god damn it!" But
Yeah.
that's one of a kind.
That's how I was.
have you seen the Njugu? Have you seen the Njugu motherfucker poster?
Sorry, I thought you'd said Njugu. And the reason I was saying that.
Not Njugu.
No, I get it now. Yeah.
Njugu.
But let me say that when I was at this Kisima festival, this is the weirdest thing, right? So I'm walking around this. So I don't know if you know anything about Kisima festival. So this is a place in Kilifi
Bamba
called.
50,
No, it's not. It's in a place in Kilifi called Beneath the Baobabs, and there's all these different stages. So my talk was on this tamarind tree stage, where you're sitting under a tamarind tree on a bale of hay, talking about recovery and addiction, right? Anyway.
a guy's like rolling on acid, and
I mean, I don't know, maybe I was there really literally for like 2 hours, but it does this yoga and meditation and sound healing and music with reggae. But I met so many white people with dreadlocks, first of all, right?
red flag.
Yeah. And then they're like, what's your name? It's Ross so-and-so. And I'm like, brah.
Rastafan, man.
Ross
Like
Smith.
I'm like, if I don't call myself Ross, man, you cannot do that shit, right? Then
age bracket.
30 to 40, maybe slightly into the 40s, and then I started chatting with a few of them, and I'm like, so what do you guys do? Where do you live? They're like, we live here. I'm like, Dutch or fucking Danish or something. And I'm like, what, like here in Kilifi? They're like, yeah. I'm like, so what do you like?
Oh,
What's
the backpack.
I'm like, how long have you been here? thinking they're going to say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 years. I'm like, so what's what do you do for a fucking living?
Like for money.
And they're like, oh, we have a farm and we make, organic vegetables.
Jesus
And I'm
Christ.
like, in my mind, I'm like, are you fucking stupid?
Like, no, you guys are hobos.
yeah. You're basically white squatters, dude. You know what I mean?
So they farm
I know, that was just one example.
subsistently, like for their own, like.
I mean, I guess they're vegan, so they eat their own fucking crops and shit. They probably sell some market. But the whole thing was, it was just it was like being in an alternate universe, bro. It was so weird. And I'm just like,
Do they look happy?
yeah, they did look happy.
like the 30,000 bob guy. Yeah?
No, but my point was that
Vegan.
not vegan. No, I'm just talking about these individuals.
Maybe on the CoffeePump podcast is bad.
We usually have bacon with the two Muslims. But
Do they look happy though?
I guess they were happy. They could have been on acid, dude. Everyone looks happy on acid or on Molly. You know what I mean?
4 years is committing.
No, but also, so the whole point. Then I started doing.
So on Molly.
No, that wasn't a knock at anything. But then I started realizing something as I was on the flight back on Jumbo Jet. I couldn't get these people out of my mind. I was like, how does this work? Like, how are you here for 4 years? And I thought, okay, fine. A 4-bedroom house in Kilifi or apartment is probably 150K, right? You get 4 fucking Rasta dreadlock Njugus
From Norway.
from fucking Denmark in a house. They pay 40K a month, right? Thereabouts, right? If they make 80K, they've got rent, food,
Everything there.
booze, whatever drugs they're on, which I would assume is just fucking all natural shit, mushrooms, weed, whatever. And they're fucking, that's it. Why would they go anywhere else? They can't do that shit in Denmark for that money. No one's growing vegetables in a country where it's dark 6 months out of the year.
So
do you
Kim
think-
is looking at you as like, that sounds like a plan.
But you see,
Yeah.
we keep
The problem is you're not white and you don't have dreadlocks.
Q&A, yeah?
we keep talking about the rat race that we're kind of all in.
yeah.
In terms of life fulfillment, do you think those guys are possibly happier than we are?
Probably. And also, they're probably higher in the percentage of life balance as opposed to work. Life as opposed to work in the work-life balance scale. I was having this conversation today. I have, and my partner as well, who's upstairs talking about veganism, will tell you there is no work-life balance. It just doesn't
The
exist.
myth. I saw in
I
one of
promise you that is. Could you imagine? I cannot imagine telling my dad when he was alive, I like my job, but there's no
work-life
My dad would have been like, what?
What are you?
gay?
But I saw one of these Scandinavian countries, I think introduced a 3 or 4 day work week officially.
Yeah.
Time.
Denmark.
Denmark. Yeah.
Oh, that's why these fuckers are
Yeah,
here.
she's like,
Is it official in Denmark?
yeah,
You
she's
can
like, time is everything.
That is
everything is time.
I would fucking lose
Let's
my mind
take
if I
our
worked 3 days.
time
Yeah,
back.
fuck that. So it's 3-day work week. So you have a 4-day holiday.
Bro, let me tell you, right now, my counterparts in KQ are flying less for more. Like, bro,
Why are you not moving to KQ?
the culture would not accept me there, man. I'm telling you, it's a different
Because you're
vibe.
gay.
No, I think also because of the podcast.
This whole thing we do here is there's,
yeah,
oh my
it's-
God,
it's a
oh my
bit more
God,
corporate, yeah.
How dare you talk about her?
As they flip through the newspapers.
Sorry to put a stamp on things, but should we do the Q&A?
Let's do it. How many are we doing?
I'm
How many do we have?
I'm just going to spend the next 20 minutes to go through
Okay,
a few
let's do it.
comments. So
Yeah.
I'm starting with Instagram. We put up a Men in Black post, which we can put up over here. So one of the guys is like, you guys did Eric dirty.
Yeah, we did. But I didn't. Your partner did.
So wait, it's like y'all out here making Eric look like Patrice O'Neill. Who's Patrice O'Neill?
Man, yes. But
Patrice O'Neill, great comedian.
one of
Elephant
the-
in the Room is one of the greatest stand-up routines of all time.
one of the best comedians
Patrice
ever lived,
O'Neill.
died way before his time. Bill Burr and
Let's
them
put
are-
Patrice O'Neill up on the
Bill Burr
screen.
and them were like his very good friends. And
Okay.
I mean, by the time you have a stand-up special called The Elephant in the Room, I mean, you're a big guy.
So
He
that
had
was,
diabetes complications. Yeah.
so that was from Big Brio.
By the way, watch Elephant in the Room. It's on YouTube now, I think.
Very funny.
Okay.
It is the greatest stand-up routine of all time.
Very funny.
So typical_aqua will put up their name over here. I'd like to see Kibe with the trio. Can you guys make that happen? I think we should.
Yeah,
What
I'm
do
cool
you
with
think?
that. Yeah.
That would be interesting.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
I met Kibe last week, but last week or
Yeah.
rather, he's open. He's open to the idea. I just don't know how your energies will mesh.
Well, let's see.
Yeah. So the thing is,
It might be a fucking winner. You never know.
Okay.
yeah, I think definitely.
This is a true story. I've never met Andrew Kibe.
What?
Okay.
Not once.
And the space you're in, I think that would be a fire conversation.
Yeah,
by the way.
He's probably gonna turn and be like, "We met hundreds of times, Fareed."
Yeah, but we.
I'm like, you all look the same. Like,
Yeah.
but you all look the same. No?
But, yeah. Yo, and listen, the trio will always be two Windies and one black guy. So I think most of the comments on Instagram are Coffee Pump, petition for Kibe to join. Like, okay, so I think let's just maybe go to YouTube. There's probably a lot more over there. So, question for all three: what's the big? And this is from Drive for Drive. Question for all three: what's the biggest actual failure that you have gone through that has got you here to this point?
Coffee pump, man.
This podcast.
This podcast. So, biggest piece of shit.
No,
With no sponsors.
Let's start, man.
I think it was a heartbreak for me, man. That really propelled me to be like, you know what, fuck you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to be, every time you open YouTube, you'll see my...
You're going to see me.
You go see me. But that changed things for me because I was like, it was the first time I'd ever been like love at Rosie. And you know my story. I was a late bloomer, right? So it was all...
He only lost his virginity 2 weeks ago.
So that for me was like, Sah, this thing hurts, but why is it hurting? And the thing is, I didn't have the financial freedom at that time. So then all of a sudden, start working hard, start doing more sales, getting a lot more money, dressing up more
And
well.
you're so emotional, Saj. I can imagine heartbreak must have taken you out, bro.
Hey, to the
This guy
heart.
gets emotional in our friendship. I'm sure you've seen it right now. Your friends, he has moments of like he gets emotional. So I imagine
But do I
a
get?
heartbreak,
Is it from like okay? Heartbreak was different, but do I get unreasonably emotional?
No, you're just a very caring guy.
Exactly. So I feel. Here's what I feel.
Gay.
I give my 110 to my closest friends and people I know. Right? So that's 6.5 inches of me all inside. So when you guys, like Eric, when you only give me 12 of the 13, and for what are we, 7? It's so it's so embarrassing. Your partner's sitting up there.
It's,
I'm so
it's
sorry.
She knows it's one.
Yeah. She knows it's one. But anyway, that for me, I think it was the biggest motivator. And anyone that's going through a heartbreak, like even Kim, he went through a heartbreak. All of a sudden, his TikTok is blowing up. He's doing well.
Can you put that video of you singing on TikTok?
The one like this. The one like this. We'll put it up over here.
Was he in the rain?
Yeah. So no,
Is it in the rain? It should be in the rain.
Kim is, and that video got like how many thousand views? Anyway,
I gotta see that.
we'll put it up over here. So you tell me, then we go to Eric.
I think my biggest failure in life was, which turned into a strength, was my addiction. Yeah, I look at that as a you see, but I've said this before, and again, I don't look at addiction as a disease. Unfortunately, I look at it as a choice. So I think when people say it's a disease, you are making an excuse for something you had control.
I feel like
an element of control
It's
over.
a lawyer for me right now.
Yeah. So saying for me, I think I made a lot of choices in my active addiction that I could have avoided, that it wouldn't have gone as far as it went.
Okay. Well, Eric.
So I'd say similarly the addiction story, but also how long I let fear. I sacrificed a lot on the altar of fear, man. A lot. Like, and it would manifest with alcohol. I'd always use alcohol as the parachute out to not challenge myself to do things that I was supposed to have done. And I was more than capable. So a lot of imposter syndrome and a lot of just chickening out. I chickened out a lot of times, man.
And do you think you would?
And the ramifications for chickening out were huge.
Huge opportunities career-wise.
Yeah, I just chickened out and drank and just,
Yeah, you numbed it.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, it's
That's what we do.
You guys are very complex characters. There's so many layers beyond. Anyway, and which is actually a good segue to Leon Lorenzo. Like, what the fuck, man? Why would you,
Lamas.
like, your username on YouTube, bro? Anyway, I appreciate the comment. So we'll put it up over here. He says, this is not a question, more of a comment. There's a strange beauty in the chaos you three create. Fareed speaks like a soldier haunted by the wars he won and the peace he never found. Sajid listens like a man who's made a home in other people's storms, steady but far from calm. And Eric wields truth like a weapon sharp enough to defend, but too heavy to ever put down. This fucking AI. For sure this is AI. Well, this is not you. Together, it's less a podcast, more a seance where the ghosts of conviction, ego, and and honesty keep arguing about who started the fire. By the way, this is the best podcast trio to ever exist. Thanks for that.
Thank
bro.
you for that, man. I think
That's
so
really
too.
nice.
You're welcome. I wrote it.
So
That's phenomenal, man. What a beautiful thing to say.
Thanks, bro.
Thank
We
you,
really
Lorenzo.
appreciate
Whatever.
Lamas.
Yeah.
So this is specifically for Eric. This is from Thiongo. This is all on YouTube. This is for Eric. What is it with the Q400 and having the smoothest landings in the worst condition? Is it stick and rudder showing off? The plane is that good.
Stick and rudder for sure.
What the fuck is Q400?
The plane I fly.
What's
Really?
sticking
That
right
piece of shit is called Q400.
It's a bro. That's next.
What smooth landing is he talking about? I've never had a smooth landing.
No, but it's actually a
But
Q400,
when
right?
it comes to landings,
What's a Dash 7?
Dash 7 is old, man. I fly a Dash 8 Q400.
Q400.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's top of the line. So when it comes to good landings, bro, I don't care what people try to say. It's the pilot behind the controls who will do the good landing. Yeah. So even in my company across the board, I think I'd put myself definitely top 5 out of 60. And I'm an A4 in landing.
I was very impressed when I saw you. I think Fareed saw that as well.
Yeah.
The guys who
Did you land the plane that I was in the cockpit
No,
with you?
that day was a captain. But the day I was flying the day.
We were coming back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. King George 007. If you all are to go to death row, God forbid, what would be your last 3 meals?
3 meals or just what would be
Oh
ours?
yeah, so
3 meals, look at our
so
size.
like for
For you
each
guys,
for each
3,
of,
yeah.
So my 3 meals: beef fried chapo, KDFs, and punani.
What's KDF?
Can you have some ratchet ass buns that they sell?
So,
in kiosks?
you know those mandazis.
Yeah.
It's
Have you ever bought anything from a kiosk, Fareed?
Yes, weed.
which kiosk? Carrefour.
Naivas.
What's your last 3 meals?
A bowl of rice because it takes time. I'll have them one by one because I'm trying to buy some time. No, but for real, I don't know. I'd probably have some lasagna, some nice lasagna. My mom's specifically. I'm having I'll fuck with you on the chapo, but now with chicken.
And punani?
Chapo chicken, and then bro, the last one is booze.
What's your drink of choice?
I'm having. Can I have like 3 6-packs available? Some tequila, some cigarettes, some
South Africa.
This is the only guy who wakes up every morning and says, I hope I get put on death row today.
when you open up his suitcase, it's alcohol and a toothbrush. Fareed, what are your last 3 meals?
Oh, man. That's a good question, I guess. A good steak, for sure.
What are you washing it down with? Come on, man. Malbec, come on. It's death row, bro.
Yeah, it's death row, man.
death
A
row,
nice
man.
single malt. If I'm doing it right. And
I don't know. Shouldn't it be something I make?
and dal.
Exactly.
Okay.
And something vegan?
Paneer.
Paneer.
So you've given 2. You've given a steak,
Whiskey.
and the one of Rena's.
Yeah, and one of Rena's meals.
Yeah, paneer. So, okay, this is now another comment. This is from L Waka01.
Mm-hmm.
I love the combination, but this time around, don't use those animations in videos. Guys, the amount of fucking comments I've seen. You know, we read the pinned comment. We messed up on something, so we had to use the animations, right?
Yeah, that wasn't our proudest moment.
Second, a while back, you guys promised us
Hawkins.
an episode while working out at the gym, a run, still waiting. So we need to do that with Fareed, man. We need to get in a workout session. And in fact, what I'm going to do next session, I'm bringing a weighing scale and Fareed will keep us responsible. Because otherwise, we're bullshitting each other. So weighing scale here, he'll weigh us and we'll take it down, all right? Now, his questions is, number 1, is it true it's hard for a man to be faithful?
Oh, man, it's pretty easy, man. Just, stay focused, stay resolute. Just love your person,
The reason I'm laughing,
Come home on time,
This guy was one who gets me in trouble. By the way, the amount of shit I got in because of that video and the way you guys chopped it up. But
What did Tamara say?
she laughed it off.
What did her mom say?
No, her parents didn't watch that, thank God.
I need to send her the clip then.
Fuck off, don't send it. But I have a fiance who's generally like she's up with it, she gets it, right? And we've had these conversations with her where
So answer it truthfully then.
it has been
A nightmare.
An
Just fucking
impossibility.
say it, Sajid.
So here's the thing, when we talked about this, right? Sometimes, yeah, I mean, and Fareed even mentioned in one of these podcasts, it's like if you're a man, you're not attracted to other people. Like that's just normal for us. But sometimes just busting a nut really just neutralizes you mentally.
I call it. So in our aircraft we have a fuel hide handle. So in case of like a fire, you pull it. So
Yeah.
it shuts down the fire. I think the what you just described, making sure you can just bust a nut, resets that whole thing. Because
It reboots your system. and then
sometimes you'll be close to.
I need to answer that. We've had this conversation before, and I've had it privately with you. I think that it can be difficult, but also when you meet the person that you would not sacrifice, then maybe it's the same with you and your partner and Tamara. Then it's a very easy black and white decision to say, yes, I can be faithful, and I will not.
That. I like that.
Guys, for context, his partner is in earshot and she's listening.
Yeah. So
she's right there.
We can't trust whatever Fareed says. But here's the thing.
Well, I've said, but I'm sorry, Sajid, I've said that on this podcast, to be fair, and I've said it too.
True.
But having said that, I do think that it can have its challenges for both men and women. I think I think, and a commitment, it is exactly what it is. A commitment is a hard thing in anything, not just in a relationship.
And the thing is, and to your point, it was very easy for me to step out, like constantly. It was the only thing I was doing for the past 3 years, stepping out and whoever I was with. But right now, like completely shutting it off, saying I want to make this work with this person, not even considering. Like people slide into the DMs, block. Can we meet? Yeah, let me ask my fiance if she's free. I'll bring her along. Like that kind of stuff. Just neutralizing all that conversation makes me say that I'm actively doing it for someone that I genuinely love, right? So I think part of my psyche is detaching from who I was. Right?
Can I give you some incentive?
Yes, please.
When it comes to like DMs and stuff, because now you're a public figure, always treat it like it's Tuko or one of these BNN and go
trying to set you guys up.
Set you up.
Yeah.
Just have that paranoia.
It's so weird right now. Even messages and stuff. Like if I'm having to be very careful. But anyway, thanks for that, by the way. The second part of the question is Fareed and Eric have openly shared their life struggles, alcoholism and women, but we haven't heard from Sajid. Is there any, and if yes, are you willing to share with us? So can I be honest with you? My past year, I think it was because of burnout, was procrastination. My biggest struggle was just trying to get up and do things. And this is from a mentor who told me speed is everything in life. All right? If you're going to get back to a customer, get back to him as soon as you can. Everything you do in life, speed. Just try and be there. But more importantly, rather than being first, obviously there's efficiency and stuff, but just try and get stuff done. There's this 1, 2, 3 method we talked about where if you're struggling to do something, just count 1, 2, 3. Don't think about it. Go and do it. Right? With sending an email, with doing a project, with doing a presentation, with playing the guitar.
That helps with like gym.
Even with gym, 1, 2, 3, go to the gym. Don't even think about it.
Hey, that's it's hard sometimes.
It's hard. So procrastination, and that's what led me to this weight. Is I sort of went for the softer life. Let me just order in and eat food and play and do this, and I miss the hard work and training with Umer in MMA, bro. Like, I'm so dead by the end of it, but I'm so proud of myself. And you need that. I think we need the physical struggles. And when we don't have the physical struggles, like he has a daily gym routine, I think we deter off. We deter off as on our purpose. We deter off on.
But also, you want to have, Sajid, you want to have. I had this conversation with someone recently that I was saying, gym for me was about looking good for many years, and that's a byproduct now. I want to be functional when I'm there you go. I want to be functional when I'm 60.
Yeah.
I want to be able to run, and interestingly enough, my last trip to see my kids in Switzerland, I landed and it was, it's literally, I mean, I think even Rena sent me a message saying your kids must be so happy they have a papa that would fly for a full 24 hours to see them.
That's amazing.
But when we landed, as soon as I got there, my youngest son, I literally put my bag down and my youngest son is like, can we go out and play soccer? And I could, and I did for 2 hours immediately. Just literally put my suitcase down and went out and played soccer for 2 hours in Swiss summer. It's hot. It's at 9 p.m. It's daylight. And I just thought to myself, how many of my friends, my age mates, would be able to do the same thing? That is why I go to the gym.
That's deep.
Yeah. Because, 60 years old, I mean, my kids will be, my oldest when I'm 60 will be only 20. he might one day say, and he used to play a bit of basketball. Let's go out and play basketball. I want to be able to do that. I'm not going to move like I could move now, or even or 10 years ago, 5 years ago, but to be able to just get up and do it. It's about being functional. And what happens is, people who, and I'm not saying you guys have let yourself go, but if you don't exercise, if you continue to sort of lead a sedentary lifestyle, and your job is sitting. Your job is sitting unless you're presenting. My job now is sitting. My old job was also sitting, radio chair, office, cockpit, whatever it is. You have to have movement. And I say this with authority, the best treatment for depression is exercise.
That's true.
And the best treatment for anxiety is nutrition.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Honestly, I believe that.
I don't want to add anything.
Perfect. Okay, so by the way, I know there are questions here, but we didn't talk about Baba. Yeah, and what happened?
What happened?
What happened to Baba? Baba's?
What are you talking about?
Who's Baba?
That's fucked up. Cut.
No,
We should talk about it.
Let's just put it in. Are we getting a public holiday? Okay, so we'll talk maybe because there's so many questions.
We have to push some of those to next week.
No. So what I'll do is we'll just pick whichever ones come. We can't answer all, guys.
Bro,
So
bro, it's 9:30.
Yeah.
you need to go. We can't stretch for like 10-15 minutes.
To 10:15.
Let me pick out two questions and
Okay.
then we talk. You have to explain to us while I'm picking out a question. Can you explain to us what Bamba 50 and
Okay.
that means?
So years ago,
And then
when
we
I
talk
was in radio, I started it 25 years ago. Someone said to me, or many people said to me, this market, you will never succeed in this market. You're too much of a Mzungu. And I always had this belief that Capital FM was a high-end radio station that should attract high-end clients. And during Kibaki's time, if you notice, there were more people with more spending power. So these products didn't have anywhere to put if Capital wasn't around, these certain products had nowhere to advertise. So when Samsung launched the Galaxy phone, or iPhones came into the market, or GTW wanted to advertise a new C-Class, whatever it was, or banks were giving higher purchase loans, you know what
Textbook
I mean?
center,
Yeah.
Fareed,
So I always said that mine and Caroline, Kiss and Classic, have Bamba 50, we'll take postpaid. And that was where the Bamba 50 and postpaid. And today, that strategy that I created for Capital has stayed. It's 25 years later, they're still using it. Capital's a bit shit now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't think they do talk to the same market anymore. But to this day, that became they were like, you're right, there's enough people and products in the market that if we create this station that is what aspirational Kenyans want to listen to, then we will be the only people for those products to advertise on.
And I like
And I've adopted that even my philosophy around this and around even the podcast I do, because sometimes I feel like I see, and this is debatable, a less quality product doing better numbers. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, 5 Freddy, like what? And I've decided
that was a good interview, by the
I'm
way.
never gonna dilute my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you shouldn't.
Just keep going.
We can be
Keep going.
aspirational. You can be aspirational. Yeah.
So you're having and again, never changing from the DNA of who we are. Like as much as the audience is there and they've supported us, but we always say this: fuck the audience. We'll bring in who we want to, right? And then
Sajid hit 20K subscribers, man. Shout out, bro. Well done, bro.
a huge part of that. is
Well
you.
done.
I
Nah,
appreciate
you've
it.
done the work, bro.
20,000 subscribers. And
That's crazy, dude.
yeah,
well done.
well done,
Congrats.
so I appreciate you guys, and obviously 100,000 is a target for the three of us. Now, this is a long question, but I'm just going to pick specifically a part of it. This is from Melody Mike Ma Voice, and this is specifically targeted to you two. Remember the last trio we did, we talked about financial literacy and independence and what we're doing to invest. She wants to understand, I love it. I would like to hear more on financial discipline, especially now from Fareed and Eric. How did they manage to do it so well, even after their addiction stories?
Truthfully, I wouldn't. I'm not a very financially disciplined person by nature. I've learned a lot over the years about being careful as opposed to being disciplined, but just knowing that I used to just spend. Now I'm a little bit more frugal. Like I had an unlimited supply, which I didn't. I would say investing in business for me is key, and then paying attention and spending time with those businesses to see them grow. I think that's I've talked about entrepreneurship as truthfully the only way. If you can have the sweet spot is job or consultant and have businesses as well, and then if the job or consultancy takes a dive, or you have a break before another job or consultancy, then that's just the way to do it. But I've learned a lot in the last 2 years, mainly in this space that I'm in now, from the mistakes I made before. And in active addiction, it was a mess. And after active addiction, all you're doing is just trying to pay things back.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm far from. I wouldn't even call myself financially literate. I'm learning on the fly, man.
Or literate.
I've only touched what people can call as any form of money for like 2 years and some change. Before that, it was always pata poter. So I was on like a Kadogo budget. So I'm far from where people would want to imagine. I know I present well, but bro, I'm learning on the fly,
But
man.
you've come a long way. And maybe just to close off on that, I think for those that are working in 9-to-5 jobs, or their salary is dependent on the effort they put in employment, you need to figure out how to convert your time to generate money from you when you're not present. All right? And I'll give you an example. So let's say this podcast grows. Let's say our personality grows. We transform ourselves. We launch an ebook that's Get in Shape, right? $10. And you have 100,000 subscribers. And even if 5% of people buy that, that's a product that took X amount of effort, but then does business without you having to look at it.
So think about changing lives.
Yeah.
with that.
So what you need to try and figure out is minimum time and reward over a longer period of time. So you invest in a product, invest in something, your services. AI can help with that. Everything is automated on the back end where you do something less, and people are then paying you it's like an OPEX, right? For example, Spotify and all these subscription-based guys, such a brilliant model, right? Because they lock you in. Even if you're not watching Netflix, you're still paying at the end of the
every
month.
month.
So you have to find a business model that converts that.
That's
And
actually
thinking,
a very valid point you make. If you watch one Netflix movie a month, you still paid $10.
still paid,
You still pay 10. And Xbox Game Pass went to like $30, man. So these guys are milking you for it. Now, for the last question, I'm going to go over to X. It's from Jason at Jays_SON. If you guys were to start in new industries currently, which one would you go and why?
A new industry.
Yeah.
Or like enter a new industry. So start.
Yeah, so let's say aviation is done. Sales is done, right?
Is podcasting counting?
Let's say Fareed didn't do radio. And forget podcasts. I think for me, I would have loved to have been a lawyer. That's always something that I wanted to do. Criminal law. Like if you look at Better Call Saul.
Love catching black people.
Criminal lawyer. Hey, you guys, chica all day. But that would have been something I would have loved to explore. I think culturally... Sorry? Yeah, my uncle's part of that, In fact, one of the movies we were writing was about that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Where are we on the movie?
We're ready.
No. So
We just need to find some funding.
yeah. So we need to set up a call with that person as well.
Yeah.
Fareed is helping me with this.
Oh, actually, yeah. Sorry, with Abdullahi, correct? Yeah.
So lawyer is something that I would have loved to do. What about you? If it wasn't for aviation,
So I'll give you two answers. The more lighter side, where I just want to make money, I would have become a pastor.
pastor.
100%. 100%.
Really?
Like a proper pastor, very well
The
organized.
guy who took all those people to the forest and didn't let them eat.
No, like for real, like on a high end, I'd sell the culture, I'd sell Christianity well.
But not because of Christianity, because of profiteering.
Yeah,
from
profiteering.
Christianity. Okay.
Purely,
The fact that you're admitting it, I appreciate
yeah,
that.
purely out of profiteering. And then I know it sounds crazy, but it would have to be something. The other one would have to be something literally entertainment. I don't know what.
Actor? I know you would thrive in music or acting or the entertainment industry.
Possibly.
Yes,
My
that's-
bandmates went to Berkeley. One is Kato Changi,
Stand-up comedy,
for sure.
for sure.
Really? I was going to say forensics.
But what would you do? Like forensic to take all the cum out of the roof and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
totally.
Don't put a blue light
Dream.
here.
Dream job. I don't know, man. I mean, wow. I mean, early on in my life, I wanted to be a pilot.
Yeah. Okay.
Many people want to be pilots.
yeah,
Even Bashir.
My dad.
What would I want to be? I think something in entertainment, either a comedy actor comedian. But I don't have the fucking guts to do stand-up comedy, by the way. I do not have the fucking guts to bomb.
But one thing I'll say
I
is
left it because I did three or four sets.
you did.
Yeah.
What?
We even bonded with Bashir about Blues Lounge today. I used to go Blues Lounge. So my first 3 sets killed. I had one
won't be
set that
surprised.
bombed.
And that was it.
And bro, I never went back. Fear. Remember I told you about
You told me about that.
Why did it bomb?
I think the jokes that day were just off. And I just remember
To get back up there
crickets.
again.
And like I said, I've sacrificed so much on the altar of fear. The likes of Bashir, the guy interviewed today, super stand-up comedian, go watch his episode. Bro, they just went through the bomb. They bombed and then they went back.
Yeah,
So it's like
and then they went back, and then they went back, and then they went back, and then they went back.
But that's even podcasting
It's
because
the
you didn't
same muscle
yes,
we developed about having 100 views,
calluses.
5
yeah.
likes, 40 views over time.
You just pick it
Like
up.
fuck it, man.
But Bashir, so the episode, funny, like people are like, we've never seen Sajid like that. But you see, the thing is, stand-up comedians, getting them on the show, I think it's the easiest thing.
I laughed till I was sweating.
It was too good, man. It was too good.
yeah.
So now, on a lighter note, Baba.
Ah man, like I
Okay,
had a very
so maybe for more context, someone forwarded it to me in the morning that he's passed away. This changes the political landscape in Kenya. Ruto now does not have backing. Most likely candidate people will vie for is Kalonzo Musyoka. Now this is I don't understand the political structures. I'm not sure if you guys are up to speed on that. But does that make sense? That rhetoric?
I can give you a clue around that. So someone like Kalonzo politically has always suffered from the shadow of Baba. So while he postures as a serious candidate, provided Baba is there, he was always going to be number 2. Either running mate, that was a running joke around Kalonzo, like you're always, I'm running.
Watermelon.
And then I cede my position last minute to let Baba run. So with Baba out the picture, and now whatever Baba brought to the table from a vote standpoint now kind of disappearing. Because remember, this guy famously didn't groom anyone. So now it's up in the air. So a lot of guys might shift to another side. So I'm sure Ruto right now is probably thinking of strategy. And I'm sure he has all along because he probably has intel. He knew these girls in India. He knew
I mean,
potentially.
definitely strategy is definitely on the cards.
Have you heard the rumor that he actually passed away last week?
Yeah.
And they're just now bringing it to because if he didn't, you would have just put a picture of him saying he's alive and well. But the brother did something. But okay, so for ODM, that particular structure, what happens over
I think
there?
it'll fall apart.
So he famously, and this could have been intentional, he didn't groom anyone specifically. And there's a lot of big wigs in ODM, Sifuna and them. Babu was always looked at as a likely. Now Sakaja somehow is in the ODM narrative.
How the fuck did that even happen now? Sakaja.
Bro, it's the governorship and increasing the right people. And ODM actually are the ones who helped keep him from being impeached. So he kind of bought his way
He
in.
just grates my nerves, this guy.
I felt I had a lot of weird things to say, which I won't say on camera, but I'm like, I feel empathy for the family because they lost their pups.
Yeah.
She lost her husband. They lost their patriarch. So in a normal sense, yeah. But I saw a picture of Junet looking so sad, Junet Mohammed at the house, and I'm like, I felt like that was just, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah, it's because the gravy train has stopped, I guess.
Yeah.
My thoughts, I think that we lost someone who has shaped us politically for the last 20 years as a country. Without a shadow of a doubt, he's
Good or
been
bad?
instrumental. Both. I don't think that you can pick any. You could say it was good or bad. I think there were elements of both. I think because I think my only the ability to stop a government from working, the ability to stand up for what you believe in, the ability to fight a revolution that you never won and continue to get up and fight is an incredible
tenacity, man.
Yeah, this is like bombing on stage and if you're a comedian
And you keep going
you
back
keep
up.
going and going and going. And towards the end it became a sort of routine that we knew that he was going to shout and scream for a while and then join government. That whatever, okay, he made his money, whatever, that's fine. Anyone in that situation, 99% of people will probably do the same thing. Massive respect for him as a politician, massive respect for someone who never gave up. For, like I said, this was a guy who who never won the revolution he was trying to create. And till the very end, he never lost his loyal followers. It's incredible, you know. And I think this is what you're talking about. This is going to be the challenge in 2027. This will become the challenge because that's third biggest city. Everyone is a fan, you know. Everyone is a follower. Everyone is a supporter.
Like hero worship of sorts.
Yeah, and I mean, Kisumu was a mess today, right? And I was in town. And it was building up quite badly, and I was sending you guys some clips and things. Having said that, the strategy has to begin now because it's a big hole to fill.
So do you think this guy buys guys across the divide? Or?
Who the number one?
Yeah.
Well, say the race is on, right? Because now it's not
a serious base. If guys who are supporting Baba have shifted or will shift because he's gone now, his political alignments have to.
So it's not 2027. Then all of a sudden it's not so clear cut.
It's no longer clear cut.
No, I don't think. I think that it was always going to be a difficult one anyway because of what's happened in the last 2 years. But I think this makes it that much more difficult. So what does he do? Who does he align with?
Doesn't this sort of remind you of House of Cards at what happens in the back end? Because as much as we are privy to what's happening at the front, the back end, the strategies, the moves, the players, a nation, an economy is at stake, the decisions they're making.
And he commanded respect. They put those pictures up. You'll see, I saw Murkomen talking to Sifuna at the house. So that house, whatever's happening at that picture that was there, or the videos that came out at Baba's house, residence rather, just shows you how much of politics is kind of just a chessboard for power and money. Like, but at the core, these guys are all in the same boat.
They're all in
Because I saw they're talking across the divide in a way that's never been seen. Like, Sifuna and Murkomen were shooting the shit, bro. These are like stark opposite sides, you know? But they also understand the big picture.
Man, I'd love to be a fly on the wall just to see these
You
gatherings.
do smell like a fly on the wall, though.
But there must be people that are not public facing, that are undercover chessboard movers. They're the ones who say, okay, this is going to happen.
Of course.
The elders.
They hire strategists from around the world, man.
Really,
Spin doctors, people that can tell them, okay, this, you know, in 1943 in Germany, this happened. So this is what Hitler did with his whatever, you know what I mean?
Famously, Cambridge Analytica, I mean, were
yeah,
known
but
to have-
there's so many PR companies that do this for governments globally, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
And you can see there's been a PR, maybe you're not privy, but I think his PR is doing way better now.
Number one.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, like he's turning the narrative. Like, I don't know how. I mean, with guys like Fareed employed for Trio, but he has his agents on every podcast.
I'm the one who keeps these guys safe. You know what I mean?
Okay. As we wind things down, there's a last bit of topic. You shared I didn't watch it, but you shared it on the group. The one for Trump saying some crazy shit. Can we talk about that as we wind
Well,
down?
it was actually, at the time, it was live when Eric shared it. It was live. It was Trump in Israel, I think.
It's called the Knesset.
Yeah, the proclamation of the war was now over. The absolute bullshit ass-kissing of Netanyahu. The Bibi, you've ended the war. You will go down in history as this, that, and the other.
Come on, pardon this guy.
Yeah.
He deserves a pardon.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a fucking... It was... So what happened was Eric sent the clip, and then I put on BBC in the car, and it was live on BBC, so I was listening to it. Well, you didn't send the clip. You said the link to the live.
The link to the live, yeah.
It was like... You ever watch one of those TV shows where it's so cringy you can't even watch it? It was like that.
I didn't feel the same. I felt like I understand where you'd feel like that because of everything that's transpired, especially around what Israel has done. But to put an end to that, it had to come to an end somehow.
But do you think it's an end or it's just a temporary solution before they go crazy
but
again?
Everything was in Israel's favor.
I feel like it's
Correct. Everything was, I mean, why did it take so long to convince them to do that, right? You know what I mean?
And did you see what they did to the prisoners of war that they returned from Palestine?
What did
they were? What did a Jew look like coming back from the Holocaust? Shaved head,
shriveled and
skinny.
Yeah, stuff.
These guys went back, shaved head, skinny. Some of those prisoners were beaten before they were released after the announcement was made.
fresh wounds,
but,
right?
But also, I don't know if please fact check me on this. But I also saw right after Hamas killed some guys in a public square.
I saw that today. Yeah.
Like, damn. So, like, what is this peace for real or
No.
And okay, so as much as politics is a sensitive topic, this Israel-Palestine stuff, is it also... So I was actually having a discussion when some family guys were at home, and some of the opinion that just don't bring it up. You can support Palestine in private, you do that, but don't say any things out in public because it's more sensitive than you know. And the other side was like, no, it's clearly wrong. Palestine, what they're doing to Palestine should be spoken about. Everyone should be educated on that fact. It's the same discussion as what do we say? Do we openly support Ruto? If we do, like, I'm not sure what your opinions are on that.
I think we just tread carefully and wisely. I like the objective approach. I
The
like
objectivity,
I like
yeah.
the real questioning approach that Fareed does, because despite what people think, there's nothing that's been rehearsed. Everything this guy has said has come very organically, unless he rehearsed it before we met. But so I think that
The way back from work.
Or 3 inches from the mirror, right?
but that natural approach, I think we just continue in our
I
natural
think
state.
if you're not happy with something, and we were talking about this earlier, I wanted to talk about the SGR. Sorry, the reason I brought that up is, have you ever driven into the SGR terminus here?
No.
I think I've used it once. Yeah.
Such is like, no.
It's like
Disgusting.
It's like, how?
Well, that's how I was in first class.
It's a mess, eh?
But dude, it
The parking
wasn't
is
finished.
The marking
It's
is
not finished.
It's
the
still ballast.
exterior of the fucking terminus. It's not finished. There's no in out. There's no like. They put the train. They got it working and said, "Fuck
Guys,
it." That money was eaten, dude.
That's a
No,
business.
plus, did you see this comparative with our locomotives compared to like Ethiopian?
Tanzania.
It's such a shame, man.
But guys, that's the business idea you need to come up with. A way you can fuck the economy and still get OPEX over 25 years.
Well,
So
that's quite easy.
Expressway.
anyway, I think we're done.
That was a long episode.
Anything else, guys? We're good?
That was. I think I have nothing else. We have an early morning tomorrow.
Yeah. Kim.
What you're leaving at 3:30?
Okay, let's make Kim promise to all us three over here.
Do you have the footage?
Do you have the audio?
How long has it been?
We've been recording for like,
What if he's like, I have the audio, but there's no video?
the audio is there, the video is still recording,
Okay.
the video.
So Kim, what we'll do is we'll put up your TikTok over here with a dance video. So if anything goes wrong, guys, don't ask me anymore.
Now, if what we'll do is if we put your TikTok here with your home address.
All right, guys. Thanks. I
But thanks
appreciate.
for having us in your house as well.
Yeah,
Of course.
thanks, man.
I mean, this is
relaxed. This is nice.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fantastic.
we should do this more often.
Turn some beers.
Next time.
Coffee is excellent, man.
Next
I
time,
appreciate you,
I will
Fareed.
sort out dinner.
Thanks a
I
lot, man.
appreciate you, Eric. Thanks,
Cheers.
guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.